Hi, so welcome back, Shelly. This is video 2. I want to just keep going. I haven't seen any of this videotape, so I'm just going to be shooting a little bit off the cuff here and on the fly. So let's see how things are looking here. Okay, it looks like we're in serve receive, so let's start this off. Okay, I really appreciate your passing. I think you have really great passes. For me, with such good passing, one of the things I'd be thinking about is how can I run some combinations here? So I would be talking to my players. I'm yet to see any inside sets on the outside. So I would talk to my players about on a good pass like this, maybe running like a fastball inside. We call it a banana. I would also think about running a back two. Notice your middles are always running in a straight line at the middle. Okay. At this age group, players do not know how to move. So if you run on a back two, you're going to just dominate. Okay, but instead you're running always on a front two, and it's super easy to read. Now this hit was interesting for me. Let's try and zoom in here a little bit. Okay, although she's not perfect, notice her shoulders are a little bit more open and her arm is back up just a little bit more. So as a result, it looks like we get a kill off this play. Okay, and her hips and shoulders are a little bit more open. Okay, that's correct. Okay, so, whoops, let me press pause. Okay, so again, anytime we can, let's try and focus on getting our hips open and shoulders open to the setter. Okay. I think you got to work on your hit tacking. I think our twos and our outsides, we're not killing enough balls in the rotations. Jump float serve. We've scored a lot of points in your jump float serve. I would get your standing floaters, see if they can jump float serve. She can only hit angle. Like, that's one of those frustrations for me. So notice your hitters only hit angle. You have to teach them to hit line. So I would set up drills where, they're not allowed to hit angle and see what they do. Thought your middle was a little tight there again. So too tight to the center, hips not open. Good three-man block, well, almost three-man, but good two-man block on that. So timeout, let's see what happens. So Shelly, I think the big thing is if you can serve tough, you're scoring a lot of points on your serve. So we got to focus more on everyone trying to jump float serve. Might be too late in the season to get that going, but let's work on that this coming summer. But you can see the benefits. Like, you score a lot of aces on this jump float serve. Like, that was another one. Like, oh, block that. Notice where she hits. Let me guess. Angle into the block. Bad luck. Now, that's a great example of something that I talk a lot to our players about. Like, one of the best places for your players to hit is at the block. You know what I mean? If you look at how they scored their points in the block, it was like in like a weird broken place. It's not if your players going up and hitting balls at them. Your team seems to cover pretty well. So, now that's how I want your middles to attack. Now notice how this middle is coming in. Like, let me see if I can get a good video of that. Notice they're coming in, hips open. Notice how open her hips are. Okay, she's like got a lot of torque. Notice how far back her arm is. And she's only going in one place. She's only going right there. Okay. Try to zoom that up. Do you see that? Notice how her whole body and everything is facing into that area of 4-5 position. So she just crushes it. Okay. And once you start crushing that, you can actually teach her to pull her arm and then come in the other way. Come in this way eventually too. Okay. So let's work on our middles. Notice how we're seeing that. It's an easy fix. Look at the difference. That was awesome. Notice how this player is coming in. Notice her hips are open. Notice how far off the net she's jumping. This is exactly what we want. Put a line down on the thing. Okay, you put a piece of tape on the ground. Notice how far she is coming off. Notice how her hips are open. Notice how her hips are open. Her hips are open towards the setter. Notice how much arm and torque she's got. Even though this block is there, she's hitting it. Look at that. She's not hitting at the middle. She's hitting at that seam ball right here. So that ball's going into that seam. Okay. And boom, hard to stop. So we got to get that change for your two middles and fix that.
Use it, Tim. Let's go, Brooke.
Hit the line. Great job. Hit the line and there's a point. There you go. I haven't seen that, so that was really exciting. You see that? That was a really powerful thing. We have to attack the line. Okay, we have to attack often the weakest blocker, which is the setter in that position. Okay, let's wait for this timeout to play out. Hopefully it's not too long. Okay, so Shelly, middles, I really want you guys to focus on those things. Hips open, jumping a little bit further back. Body and hips open into area 4-5, and then if you want to turn back into the line and hit area 1. Now, what's interesting on that, both of those plays, they were both tight sets. And on a tight set, the player's going to hit line. And both of those plays, if you watch the player, they were basically Completely out of position. The block was nowhere near where she was meant to be.
Okay.
So watch the blocker. She's watching the ball. 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 Never does she watch the hitter, because the hitter would have given away exactly. Look where she stopped. That's a tight set. She should be blocking ball on this.
All right, not a good sign.
Okay, and that's why she's tall.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead online. I received a link earlier, but I have it in my...
Okay, I hope those are helpful, Shelly. Those are two good videos for you. I'm on sale. Let's chat about them. For you coaches, this is a service that we offer through our Volleyball1on1 Summer Camps. I'll see if I can pick up some other stuff later in the match, Shelly, for you, and then go from there. Okay, again, thanks, and this is Andor Gyulai from Volleyball1on1. Thanks.